Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, flying solo this evening on this beautiful Friday night. Got some crazy news, some wild news. Most of us have talked about. A lot of us wrestling fans have spoke about this for a while, and we've had a lot of conversations about what didn't seem like the inevitable, or what most people thought would never happen until Vince's untimely demise, or timely demise, which we don't want to wish that on anybody. But the news is that Vince McMahon has officially retired. He took to Twitter today to make a post about him, about saying, he's 77. He thinks it's about that time that he retires. He steps down from his role as his role in creative, CEO and chairman. This is very interesting. This is crazy. Vince stepping down as creative, all the years of wrestling he's given us, to celebrate, some of the good. And of course, 20 years of the bad, of the PG era we had to, endure. But nonetheless, it was because of Vince McMahon that, he was part of the reason why wrestling went mainstream. He was one of the reasons why, but Vince McMahon retiring. We talked about this a while ago on the podcast a while ago. We touched on the subject about the potential of him leaving, and a lot of us really doubt that it would have happened because, again, how much power and how much stroke he had, and what he did for the business throughout the years. And this guy really, transformed the business with the power and the help of a lot of superstars. He was able to push and market properly. But that time came. A lot of us thought that Vince McMahon would die out of the position, if anything. Like he would, just pass, throughout the position, because again, that's how passionate he was about being there every night. Vince McMahon was at every show, every live, every SmackDown, every taping. He's at every show. Vince is at every show. There was a podcast Chris Jericho did not too long ago, and he was on a show. I forgot what podcast it was, and he spoke about his relationship with Vince and talked about Vince. And he made a statement. He said that, he made a statement about Vince McMahon. He said they were having a conversation, and he says, he says to Vince McMahon, he says, he was like, I need to take a break. No, Vince says to Jericho, you need to take a break. And then Jericho says to Vince, you need to take a break. And then Vince says, I wish I could take a break. Vince McMahon was always hands-on with his product. He's very passionate about his product. We do know that a lot of what happened concerning Vince McMahon came from, his the allegations that he had. Hollywood K, thank you for joining us.
What up?
Yes. So we know that a lot of what happened as far as why he had to retire, why he had to step down, was because of the recent allegations that, came against him in the past. It wasn't what happened, currently. Part of it was, but we know that it's part of the allegations as well. But
does it really honestly surprise any of us that he's stepping down? It's like I said a couple of weeks ago, Sai, when all of the allegations came out. I had said that literally, in order to get him to step down, or basically, quote unquote, him retiring, is not him retiring. It was him getting voted out. And I think it was Keys that said it, and I think I said it too, that Stephanie, Shane, Triple H, and Linda all had to make a unanimous decision. They had to make a unanimous decision to vote him out.
Mhm.
I mean, it doesn't, honestly, this is an end of an era, but maybe now this will be the start of something new, which is what I'm hoping for.
Which is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a start of something new.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
here you
but
go.
I don't think. Well, I never thought he was ever going to step down. I thought he was going to
No,
die out.
but
Period.
see, if you look at it, and this is where it's kind of funny for me, because
Mhm.
you know I still don't like who won Money in the Bank. But it's funny. But hold on, side. But hold on, side. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's
Okay.
kind of funny though
Mhm.
how Vince steps down.
Mhm.
Theory was considered a Vince boy, Vince's bitch boy, and now he's
Why you gotta be all that?
hey, you know what?
Why you gotta be all that?
Because he is all that. But it's just ironically funny that the night that Vince steps down,
Mhm.
Austin Theory literally gets buried by not only the Usos, but then Brock Lesnar comes in, which there was reports that Brock had stepped out, that
What do you
Brock
mean?
had
You talking
walked in.
about tonight?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. I didn't even get to see what happened tonight.
Okay, so there was
So
this.
don't tell me. I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
no,
Don't tell me.
you'll see it. You'll see.
Uh,
It's hilarious. And then when you see it, then you will know why I am saying that he is now getting buried. Okay.
don't be surprised. Do not be again. Like I said, do not be surprised if, um, again, where you think because Vince is gone that plans still go through with Austin Theory. The thing is, well, from what I know right now is that Vince McMahon is hands off with creative. He's like completely
He's hands off.
gone.
Bruce Pritchard, as far as I've heard, is now a part of the booking. He is now taking over complete control of booking, which is scary.
Yeah.
But at the same token, it's ironically funny how Vince steps down and Triple H comes back and assumes his EVP role.
Mhm.
Like everything all happened today. I want to say maybe around 12, 1 o'clock, 1:30, around 12, 1:30 my time is
Mhm.
when everything, like I was at work. I was getting notifications from people to go into Twitter spaces. I think I had like 4 in my DMs going, come join, come join, come join. And I'm like, I'm at work. God damn it.
Yeah. I think personally that for one, I think Triple H, what they should do. This is what I think they should do. In my opinion, I think what they should do is
Rip Austin
they
Theory.
should go and get William Regal. They should send word to William Regal, bring him back, take Shawn, take Triple H, and take William, and make them creatives and put them the head of creatives. Period. The
Yes.
work that they did in NXT for the last,
Right.
5, 6 years was phenomenal.
Right.
How
But
they grew that brand, how they nurtured those superstars to where
yeah.
they are, and for what they did
Mhm.
for the brand. Because when they went to the main roster, it was a complete shit show. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, with how Vince handled them.
But
But
the thing is,
I think he should really put them in those positions.
I don't
That would
think
work.
that. Well, I mean, not so much Regal, because here's the problem. William Regal, he's already getting that bread, that cheddar, that chicken biscuits, the red lobster cheddar cheese biscuit from AEW.
Yeah.
He's
So, but what was wrong with him? I mean, but he don't need to be in AEW. He needs to go to He needs to go to the big time.
well,
He
I
needs to
mean,
go. He needs to be at the top.
right, but I mean, if he was to go back though, I
Mm.
think it would be the only way out. The only way I could see him going back is if the olive branch was extended to Claudio and Moxley.
You said Moxley.
Because remember, Claudio, Moxley, and Brian, so
Mm-hmm.
those three are all a part of the Blackpool Combat Club.
And those are like the black sheep. Those are the people who like were suppressed by WWE, well,
Yes,
by Vince McMahon, and didn't
yes,
really get to
yes,
climb up.
yes.
You know what? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Did you say that? Maybe Dolph Ziggler being inserted is part of the
I
new creative
no,
choice.
no. I mean,
Yes.
look,
Well,
look.
I'm thinking because I'm thinking about those guys who
Yeah.
were suppressed, but maybe all I'm saying is just maybe, because I think what's going to happen is that Roman Reigns' title run is going to come to an end soon.
Oh no, it is.
They're
Oh no,
gonna stop. They're gonna stop it. They're gonna
oh,
stop
no,
it eventually.
because
They're gonna ride it a little bit, but they're
no,
gonna stop it eventually.
because when you watch SmackDown tonight, okay, with what Brock did to your boy
Yeah,
Austin Theory,
yeah.
I've never seen a grown man literally lay on a freaking briefcase in my life.
So, did you feel a change? Did you really feel a change
Yeah,
tonight?
I did. Honestly, I felt a change because now that because everybody knew that Brock was a Vince guy. Now that Vince is no because Vince and Brock always had that not really love hate relationship, but they had that relationship of you know when Brock wanted to go to UFC, Vince was like, well, you can go ahead and go. The door's always open for you, yada yada yada. But now that Vince has literally stepped down and Brock is no longer having to listen to what Vince says,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a change in Brock. And I hope honestly that Brock beats the dog piss out of Roman to where, Roman's out for 6 months.
I hope not. I really hope not. I tell you. I tell you what I hope. I
Well,
hope that Roman. I hope Roman. This is what I hope.
good.
I hope that because the news is that Brock left. Brock left after hearing about Vince's retirement. He walked out. That's the news,
No,
and he's leaving. He's not. He's
no.
listen because Brock is Vince's guy. Brock gets everything. Brock gets everything he wants through Vince.
Okay.
You know, he inserted himself in a Money in the Bank a ladder match.
Yes.
He inserted himself in a Royal. He inserted this guy in events that he didn't even qualify for. But nonetheless,
Okay.
whatever it happened, it happened. But my
This
thing is that I hope Brock leaves and does not
no.
come back. Why do
No.
we need Brock?
This
Because Brock needs to be putting over superstars,
guy.
not burying them.
No, no, no.
Period.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. What you just said,
Mhm.
remember that you thought Brock left. Wait till the end of SmackDown, and then it will all make sense. I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Okay.
It will make sense when you watch the end of SmackDown.
Well, he needs to leave.
I'm going to tell you right now, he goaded everybody.
Who?
Okay.
Brock Lesnar?
Yes. Brock never. But I'm sorry. I'm going to be the queen spiller here. I'm going to be the queen tea spiller.
No,
He
don't
goaded,
spill the tea. Don't
I'm going to
spill
spill
the
it.
tea.
I'm
Don't spill the tea.
going to
No, don't spill the tea. I'm gonna find out when I watch SmackDown because we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna be on here a lot for a long time because I need to get my Friday night rest. But I need to watch SmackDown. But don't spill the tea. I want to find out. I want to lose it in the
Yeah,
room and
just
find out what
lose it.
happens. But listen, all I'm saying is don't be surprised if Austin Theory cashes in. Don't
I
be
mean,
surprised.
he can cash in all he wants to, but here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say too much on the match, but I'm just going to say watch that 6-man tag match with the Usos in Theory versus Montez and Madcap Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that shit very carefully, and you will see why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I'm gonna see. I'll see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. And then when we talk Tuesday, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna give you my analysis of what I sense is happening. But Brock is a moneymaker. Brock is gonna make some money. At the same time, Brock is there to help them gain money. The great thing about Vince McMahon moving out the way. I'm gonna tell you what's the great thing about Vince McMahon moving out the way.
No more sexual relation scandals.
Besides the scandals, right?
No more of him trying to pull a Bill Clinton of saying I have sexual. with that woman.
This is the best thing that's about Vince McMahon moving out the way. The best thing about Vince McMahon moving out the way is, and again, it's bittersweet because again, even with the scandals, even with the constant complaining that I've had about WWE at the same time, I still had a respect for Vince,
Yeah.
a great respect for Vince for what he did and the great moments he made and how he was able to make some things great. This is what it is. What they were able to do in NXT and make brand new superstars, they're
See,
gonna make more superstars. But not only that, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna go for the right choice. They're gonna go for the person that people cheer for, and then they're gonna also go for the right heels that bring the great heat.
here's my thing. Whoever is now in complete control of WWE as a whole, whether it's Stephanie or Hunter, this is my thing. Get rid of NXT 2.0. Get rid of it. Turn it back to the black and gold brand.
Yeah.
Turn it back into the black and gold brand. Do what you're doing now. Like, look, the idea they have of occasionally or once a week or whatever having, a big name talent from the main roster going down there. Cool. Keep that idea. I like that idea. But at the end of the day, get rid of the fucking unicorn Crayola Crayon 2.0 and take it back to the black and gold brand.
You know what? I thought about this. Is what I thought. This is what also
I'm saying it though, because if they were to get rid of if they were to get rid of 2.0 and go back to black and gold, I guarantee you some of the people that were released from the black and gold brand of NXT that are on AEW right now, I guarantee a few of them would not have a problem coming back to help to jump ship from AEW back over to help some of the younger talent.
I know, I agree, but then we also have to think about. I agree, but I agree, but I just don't. I just hope that a lot of fans don't have a high expectation of thinking that this is going to be like this great return of former WWE wrestlers coming back to WWE because Vince is not there. Because again, part of the budget cuts, the idea of budget cuts came from Tony Khan. Not Tony Khan. What's his name? Amir Khan.
Nick Khan.
Nick Khan. That was Nick Khan, right? So, with Nick actually being a person who initiated the idea of saying, "Oh, we need to cut some more wrestlers to save money," even though they didn't need the money.
Yeah.
Again, one thing I keep in the back of my mind is that, that's the idea that was presented to Vince to save money, and then you have Stephanie McMahon, who was tutored under Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So a lot of what she's going to do will be under the guidance and leadership of Vince, because I'm quite sure she will be consulting her father as to what to do. Because again, Vince is a genius. Vince has been doing this for a long time, and there are going to be some things that we think may go right, but then still go left because again, she's still under her father. But I just think it may be a little bit more. I think it may be a little better than what we
I don't know.
had before.
I know a lot of things need to change, and I hope it does within the coming months, the coming years. But Vince retiring or stepping down or whatever, good. Nana, hey, goodbye. We were waiting for this moment for you to step down.
I was waiting for, to me it's bittersweet because it was bittersweet because I was waiting for things to change, but then at the same time I was waiting for things to change. I was waiting for him to step down, but at the same time I was really waiting for things to change because I know that Vince could have made it better. And the thing about it was that a lot of times when I would read the articles about how booking was done with Vince, was that most of the time he would book the right decision, but on the fly he would change it. On the fly, like he would say, "All right, this is what we're gonna do." And a lot of performers say this about Vince, that everything is not set in stone. Some things are for sure, but not everything is certain.
Yeah.
And he would book him. He will book it and say, "Okay, all right, we're gonna have Kevin Owens win the belt, or we're gonna have Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho main event at Mania for the Universal title." And then 3 months to WrestleMania, he decides to have Goldberg take the belt off of Kevin Owens. And he says, you know what? I need something bigger. I need something better. So we're not going to deal with that as much.
Saying though is I'm just hoping that this is a breath of fresh air for this company, because if not, we're going to see more budget cuts.
Yeah.
And we're going to see more people getting released and going elsewhere. Like if Shinsuke was to ever get released, he's going back to New Japan. There's no way around it. He will go back to New Japan.
Yeah.
But and it's like I've said before, like if Xavier Woods got cut, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal because he has that whole G4 shit. So he's good. So
well, that's true. Because it's only gonna go two. It's only gonna go two ways. It's either gonna go up. It's either gonna go up really high. Because there's only two ways for WWE to go, either high or really low. But
I'm just saying, for anybody who's watching this right now, with Vince retiring, if you've got the money to do so, I would buy a stock in WWE right now.
Who you mean like? Oh yeah.
Right now, buy a stock in WWE and see what happens. Because I used to peep the stock market for WWE, and I saw how it would go up.
Yeah.
And then it like, if you look back from a few years, it was high. And then I think just from this year, it stayed the same at like, I think it was maybe $1 something for a share. So yeah, but who knows? But I do have an announcement for everybody on Tuesday that is related to August 20th and the Defy show, and that's all I'm going to say.
What was the announcement? You going to make the announcement Tuesday?
I'm going to make the announcement on Tuesday. In case, well, if people have already seen it, cool. If haven't, they might want to get ready for it, because the two people coming to Defy, and it's called Doomsday. It's crazy.
All right, I'm looking this up. I'm going to look into this.
I'm just going to say former NXT person, really horrible gimmick when he got called up to the main roster and his wife was not with him.
Karrion Kross?
Yep. And Scarlett.
Hopefully they get called back to WWE.
I don't know, but who knows?
But you know what? But if we do get some callbacks, that'll be good.
I mean, the only one that I would love more than anything to get a callback would be Swerve. I mean, give me Swerve, give me Lee. Like, give me Swerve, give me Keith Lee.
If anybody, it's two people I would want to be called back. Only two people. This big gulp. It's only two people I want to be. I would want. I'm like, we have to have them.
Right.
Buddy Murphy and Cesaro.
Cesaro, yes. Buddy Murphy.
Not Buddy Murphy. Aleister Black. That's what I meant to say.
No.
Yes.
And why I say that?
Why?
Because realistically, I think he's better in AEW, because and the same with Buddy Matthews. And Brody King. So you remember, all three of those were former WWE guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're better off over in AEW right now, because they've already, right now, there's a feud brewing between Malachi and Sting after Malachi spit the green mist in Sting's face on Wednesday. And Darby, poor little Darby Allin, got thrown around like a damn rag doll.
Listen, Sting is old.
Okay,
he's gonna get his revenge. We don't need to see this. What we need to see, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, we need Aleister Black. I'm gonna tell you why we need Aleister Black back in WWE. We need Aleister Black back in WWE mainly because we need again. He was that, like, we had Aleister, we had the Fiend, we need that dark presence. It's like I'm looking at Judgment Day,
but side, that's the
and
though.
it's just like,
But side, that's the thing though. We're getting that dark presence here soon.
and WWE
The vignettes that have been shown on Raw.
of Edge is Edge.
It,
Everybody who's watching
but
the vignettes is Edge. There's nothing
well,
deep about it.
I don't know. I don't know, because there was another one I saw yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't televised yet, so I don't know how somebody got a hold of it.
Uh-huh.
But if I can find it again, I'll send it to everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a radio, like an old style 80s radio,
Mm-hmm.
way before my time. But when this person went and hit play, you heard Bray's voice. Like you heard the Fiend's voice a little bit with the whole like "let me in" or something to that extent, to where it's like, I don't think it's Edge. I think they were trying to get us to think it was, with all the little hidden Easter eggs and whatever, of like the Latino Heat license plate, the Jeff Hardy's armbands, the Dudley Boyd's, or Bubba Ray's glasses, like, the cross for being Christian, the Olympic gold medal for being Angle. But then the last one that was shown on Raw there was a picture of Seth. But I mean, it could be Edge, but I don't think that they would really make Edge that much of a dark person, because from what I've heard is the rumors is that Edge is supposed to come back as the rated R superstar.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then this vignette is to throw us off.
When you watch the first vignette, the clues are all there. Like they show Mick Foley's shirt on fire. Right. They show, clips of rated RKO. It was like all of, his proper, his parapher. Oh, I forgot the word used, but anyway, it's all his promotional stuff. Yeah. Like it's all the stuff that he had on or he used in all his matches. So, but that's Bray is. I heard Bray is not. I mean, if Bray comes back, that'd be great. But I heard he ain't coming back no time soon.
Bray put something in his Twitter bio, and I wish I could go and check it, but I'm on my phone, so it'll kick me out. Mm-hmm. But Bray changed his bio on Twitter to something. I'll take a snapshot and I'll put it in the group. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, it could be Edge, but it's 50-50 at this point. Mm-hmm. As the clues are there that point to Edge, but at the same token, you have to stop to think. Clues can also be very misleading to throw you off. So, yes, even though some of those little hidden Easter eggs and whatever else, it could have been a way to throw us off completely, thinking that it was Edge.
Yeah, but why would they put stuff that's associated with Edge connecting to Bray, when Bray and Edge never really crossed? They never crossed paths at all. They never had a match.
It could very well possibly be that maybe the Wyatt family might be trying to make a comeback. I don't know. I don't.
That's a little. The Wyatt family.
Hey, you know what? As the old bastard that just retired said, mm-hmm. Expect the unexpected. Okay, you always have to expect the unexpected in this company.
If Triple H has anything to do with it, expect the unexpected. If Vince has anything to do with it, expect the unexpected.
If Stephanie got anything to do with it, well,
who?
Expected with your face down, ass up.
Who said with Stephanie? Listen, what we're gonna see. I think that Stephanie has Stephanie has a. I'm sorry. I think Stephanie has a lot to do with what's going on.
I know.
She's gonna have a lot to do with what's going on. I think that she has a really big job ahead of her. I'm quite sure she's been mentally and spiritually preparing for this day. She's had a lot of hands-on and work with the women's revolution and also backstage with creatives. And I'm quite sure that, there's probably some big decisions that she made or that she influenced that she was a part of that we don't know about yet. But we're going to see. We're going to see.
If Stephanie watches this, the one decision I want you to make, Do not turn Dominic heel. I will not tolerate it.
Stephanie, if you're watching this, the one decision you need to make is send Dominic back to development to get some muscles or something.
I mean,
All right.
he's
All right.
developing on his own.
If anything,
I
the
can
only I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be very happy if Dolph. The only thing that would make me happy, that the only thing that if something bad happens to Austin Theory with that briefcase,
give
the
it to
only thing I'll hope for two things.
give it to Dom.
If anything, is that briefcase gets cashed in and
Yes,
somebody gets the championship. But
yes,
the person I hope out of anybody
we
to
know.
take that briefcase away from him and cash it in and create such a great moment and they give him a great title run is Dolph Ziggler. Well
And
deserved, well needed.
I think honestly though, that's what it's starting to look like. Is that they're giving it. See, this is where I started noticing something was a little fishy in Denmark because it's like Vince, excuse me, Vince showed up those two times, once on Raw, once on SmackDown, right after all the allegations. And I'm sitting here like, this is kind of interesting that you're showing up on Raw and SmackDown right after all these allegations, whatever. And then as I started thinking more on it, and then Dolph Ziggler came back, sitting here like, something's not right. Like I felt something was like in the coming days, the coming weeks, the coming month.
Right.
I felt like with Dolph showing up and then super kicking Theory not once but twice.
Yeah, it was very unmixed. It was very Vince McMahon like, but very NXT like.
It was Vince McMahon like that. It made me think like, is this man stepping down because you're bringing Dolph back, who was on the main roster before, went down to NXT a little bit. That's neither here nor there. But
yeah,
to have Dolph Ziggler super kick not once but twice within a week apart from each other, 2 weeks back to back, super kick your boy, your babe, Austin Theory.
Come on, why you gotta be all that?
It's like something to me was like, why is Vince doing this if he was the one that took Austin Theory under his wing? And it's like, I mean, in a way though, Vince kind of warned him. He said, expect the unexpected. Well, unexpectedly, here's your unexpected notice. Here's Dolph Ziggler. Here's Nick Namath knocking at your door, getting ready to super kick your face off to the moon. I just think what's shitty is that Vince retired on Shawn Michaels' birthday. That's bullshit.
That's crazy, but why not? Why not? I mean, that's one of his guys. It's one of his boys.
You could have done this shit yesterday, tomorrow, next week. You could have just came out at You could have just came out at SummerSlam and had a small little promo of saying, "I'm stepping down. I'm retiring. I can't do this business anymore." And I think Nashville would have been rocking because they're going to be in the music city capital of the world. I think Nashville would have given them a sweet home Alabama. Mama, I'm coming home to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, what way to leave on HBK's birthday? Today's his birthday, right?
Yeah, today's Sean's birthday. But literally, if I would have been at that crowd in Boston, or if I would have heard about it and been able to get on Twitter Spaces earlier today, I literally would have played Chris Brown Say Goodbye.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up for today. We want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys are catching a replay, drop a comment in the comment section below. We want to know what you guys think about Vince McMahon stepping down from his primary role as creative, as chairman of WWE. We want to know, are we going to have a better change? Is this for the better or is this for the worse? We want to know what you guys think about Stephanie McMahon taking over.
Needs to get a boob job
as the as the new chairman and filling in the shoes of a father. Do you guys think that Stephanie has the creative capacity, has the ability to move the WWE into a whole new generation and a whole new era, and that she's able to produce it and such a creativity in such a creative way where
I think
you know.
so. I think before we go, the thing is like we're in a generation nowadays where women are taking control, and it's time to have a woman in charge.
So he says it's good to have a woman in charge.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Uh,
Sometimes. Uh
Allegations will come out of this.
Sometimes. It's only good to have a woman it's only good to have a woman in charge or a man in charge when they know what they're doing.
Well, she knows what she's doing, and if she doesn't, she can ask.
No. We don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly. We got to give her a chance.
We gotta give a chance. I'm willing to give Stephanie a chance. I think
Give
my
her-
personal opinion about Stephanie is I have good expectations for Stephanie. This is what I think about Stephanie. I think that what Stephanie's going to do is Stephanie's going to go. I feel like Stephanie's going to go for the right choice. But I think she's going to have a bit of her father's touch on it.
Oh,
But she's going to go for the right choice, and she's going to be like, "Listen, if this is what the fans want, I'm gonna give them
yeah.
what they want." But then, what I think what's going to help balance her out is people like Triple H.
Oh,
And
yeah.
people like Bruce Pritchard or some people in the corner that's going to be like, listen, sometimes you got to give the fans what they want, but then there's times you got to give them a little bit of what they want and a little bit of what they need in order to make everything make sense. So
Exactly.
I believe Stephanie's going to do a good job.
Oh,
I have faith in Stephanie. I think Stephanie's going to do a good job. If she fails, then
Oh,
but
well.
from what I heard, we're going back to the TV 14 era. I heard we're going back to the Attitude Era.
That doesn't surprise me, which and we'll end it off on this. It's a good thing that they're bringing back the TV 14 era because I'm tired. I'm sorry, I'm tired of every time I watch the replay of Monday Night Raw and I don't catch it live on the USA thing and I miss it. And then it's like, then they do, the like when I DVR it, then it cuts out the bitch or the whatever. Like, look. Respectfully, unrespectfully, and disrespectfully, now it is TV 14 era. That means if you have little kids under the age of 5, you better put them to bed before 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but I mean, Stephanie's she's the chairman, so we ain't gonna have too many puppies and too much booty and stuff out. Who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? As my brother Double K would say for the females, let the yams fly.
I can't pronounce your name, but I'll say Madre. He says, "Good riddance, Vince. We'll see you in 6 months." He says, "Let's not forget he still owns 80% of the company." Yeah. So, but we said that before.
Yeah.
I said that before that he owns 80% of the. Well,
but
he owns. I don't think he owns 80. I think he owns like 60 or 60 or 70 or something.
Whatever.
But a large portion he actually gave away.
But I think, and then we'll end it off on here. I think that Vince finally has come to terms with the fact that he needed to just kind of give it up and that his baby will be in good hands with Stephanie and Hunter. Like his pride and joy that he took from his daddy and he created this big old baby. I think it'll be in good hands now. And I think Vince finally figure that out.
Hopefully. Well, we'll find out. We'll see.
We'll find out, guys. We'll find out Monday.
Yeah, we'll find out. But guys, we thank you. Yeah, well, we thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, here with Hollywood K. Again, you guys can join us every Tuesday at 10 p.m. or 10:15 as we go live to talk wrestling. You guys can join us on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button. Join us in the group on Facebook. Find us on Facebook. Join the group. Join the page. Post up. Have conversations with us about wrestling. Talk wrestling. Post up. Again, signing out. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream.
I'm your girl, Hollywood K.
Yes, and don't forget, if you guys are catching the replay, post in the comment section. Tell us what you guys think, and we will see you guys later. Peace.